Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, I'm sorry, but today we're going to be talking about death and the importance of thinking about it. I don't really know why, maybe it's just because it's winter time, and we are surrounded by death in a way. The leaves on the trees are falling, the air is cold, we are called to go more inwards, literally, into our home because it's cold outside and it's warm in here, and do some deep work. And sometimes that involves thinking about our own death or other people's death or any type of death, really. Now I know that this may be a very sensitive topic for a lot of people because we're not used to talking about it. If this subject is triggering or like you're just not ready to go there yet, please feel free to click off and watch another video. I have many more videos that you can watch. Just had to give a fair warning. But if you're deciding to stay, welcome. Thank you for being curious. Let's get into it. So I've been reading this book called Memento Mori. I picked this up at the library because I was really thrown off by the title of it. Memento Mori, I know, is from the great Marcus Aurelius. It's a quote from him. He was a Roman emperor, but he wrote meditations. And Memento Mori is one of the most famous quotes from that book, and a lot of people know it, and it basically means, remember you will die. So remember you will die, and then it said, the art of contemplating death to live a better life. And I thought, excuse me? Contemplating death to live a better life? I thought we were supposed to focus more on going forward and thinking about how great life was and just feeling alive. And you're telling me to think about death. So I got it. I've always kind of been fascinated with death. Like, my favorite movie as a kid was Corpse Bride. I would pretend to be a ghost sometimes when I was playing. I always thought there was ghosts in the house. I always was like very connected to that for some reason. And in high school, my favorite show was 6 Feet Under. It was an HBO show about a funeral home, like a family drama about a funeral home. If that was your favorite show in high school, girl, you got some contemplating to do. Take a look at that. And I didn't take a look at that back then, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what were we doing? Now that I'm reading this book, they have a lot of different like journal exercises and exercises to do to really define your relationship with death. And it's basically what it's trying to do is it's trying to make it not so scary. It's trying to make you look at death in a more comforting view by asking you about your personal experiences with it and meditating on that. And I think that doing that is important to living your life, like actually living your life, because you know what you want to do. Knowing that death is at the end, knowing that it's the one of the two things that connects us all, death and birth, it comes for us all eventually. And if you've ever seen like a cadaver, or any preserved dead body, whether it be like an embalmed body in a funeral or whatever, you just kind of know that the soul is not there anymore. It's just the body. We leave our bodies behind. We leave all the material things behind. And that can be a little bit freaky, just to have that awakening where you're like, oh, we're a soul. Wow. So this doesn't matter. So you're telling me that, oh, I guess I'll just, I'll sit with that for a moment. It's shocking. And if not processed properly, speaking from experience, if not processed properly, I think it can lead to not living your life to the fullest. It can lead to kind of a stunt to think that nothing matters in that way, in a nihilistic way, where you're like, oh, well, what's the point? You either die or, what's that Vine? He's like, either kill yourself or get killed. He's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? That was like my brain for ever since I first experienced death, which has been like more than 10 years ago. But now that I'm contemplating it, I'm like, whoa, wait. I think death can actually be empowering. That we don't have to fear it. It's sad. Grieving is, you're supposed to be grieving, if faced with death, I think, at one point or another. And it can be the grief of the actual person that died, or the grief that something was left behind, things never got said, regrets, stuff like that. This could even apply to animals too, or just any type of change that is a loss. Like maybe it's not a physical loss, like the loss of a person or pet. Maybe it's a loss of a relationship, or the loss of a place that you were in. Grieving in that way is natural, and like take your time with it, you know? But I think that when we kind of view it from a, wait, we're a soul, we're not tied to, very Buddhist spiritual here, bear with me. It's that Buddhist teaching where we're supposed to be detaching from the physical, detached from the ego, appearances, physicality, stuff like that, things that you think will get you far in this life, like materially. It doesn't really matter. We're just gonna leave it behind in the end. So when we think of that in that way and realize that there's a soul, like I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that before. So if you don't really know what I'm talking about, I'll try to explain it the best I can. So when we're finally shaken up, realize we have a soul, it's like, well, what are we gonna do with that? Like, there's a lot more opportunity now. What don't we want to regret in the end? What do we want to say? What do we want to do? Like and then those types of questions, I think, really start putting a fire under our ass and make us think about purpose and living life. So, and sometimes we need to think about death to see how alive we are, to realize and really understand how alive we are. And what are we going to do with that? Deep talks in my room. Oh, yeah. I don't know, maybe it's just the winter time, maybe it's Capricorn season. It's actually the last day of Capricorn season right now. And Capricorn is the sign of, I think it is the sign of decay. At least to me it is. We're in a season of loss, but it's not a bad thing. It's just, you know, how are we digging the holes to plant seeds to prepare for spring? How are we going to make this an epic spring? What will you do with your epic spring? I just wanted to get that out there. I don't know why. Hopefully it resonates with some of you guys right now at this point and offers some solace. And if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next video, so peace.